Greetings and welcome back to the madness. Last time we left off, well, an image helps, right? Last time we left off, we had somewhat done, well, rails, a lot of rails, and then scaled this, well, we moved and then scaled the crystallization and subsequent crushing of ores and changed a bit where stuff is stored. So there's more ores that are being stored intermediately, cached, to be kept available, right? So far, so easy. Now, the next thing we had is, well, a train stop where we could theoretically put some charcoal, and a train stop where we could theoretically unload it. But we don't have any signals, we don't have any automated rail transportation set up yet. But at least we have a lot of rails, right? It's a good start. It's a good start. So the first thing we probably really urgently need is some way to decouple the ingots from the smelted materials, because some smelting recipes have great benefits when you mix different ingots, and the current setup just does not account for that at all. It's just straight up impossible. It's not doable. So, for that to be workable, well, we need some sort of differentiation between the ingots coming from the blast furnaces and the molten metals going out from the induction furnaces, right? And all of that is to say that we need a lot more land, basically. That's all of that is to say. Does anybody remember that old meme? All of that's to say that I ate the plums that were in the fridge? Or how was that? Right. I also need a setup. Well, okay. Let's make some simplifications here. The first simplification is getting some better electrolyzers. Because those make it easier for us to generate more slag without requiring more space. And we also probably want some way to have a bit more stuff on the transport belt. Just a tiny bit more. It's a bit weak. Let's put it like that. So this is an electrolyzer tier 2, and that's an electrolyzer tier 1. And these electrolyzer tier 2s are 50% faster. And now we replaced one of them. Steel pipes. Steel. Okay. So we need lots and lots of steel. That's basically what I gather from this. Lots and lots of steel. steel pipes. Nice. 50 motors is... Oh, come on. No. That's the way I wanted it. Good. It's a bit much. Was what I'm trying to say. Takes a bit. While we do all this, we need to keep an eye on the energy consumption because, well, the additional speed, of course, comes with a price. Small price tag attached. Electronic circuits. Good. Yeah, that's something we might want to investigate, actually. Electronic circuits. Because you may recall that we did have an automated production for those at some point. But now we don't anymore. So that's something. Right. Lots and lots of steel pipes. Do I have some copper pipes on me? I do. Good. This is an absolute mess. Oh boy. It looks like there is some potential here. Right, I set it up wrong. That way it should work. No. A bit less chaos. Still chaos, but a bit less. Good. Now that that's done, I'm not sure why exactly I did that, but now that that's done, we can add the next electrolyzer. Oh god damn it. Come on. There we go. And build the next electrolyzer. That's great. Similar considerations apply for liquefiers, by the by. And as you can see, the power consumption goes down, but comparing that against the power consumption from, where is it? Electrolyzer 2, here. So that's 1.1 megawatts, and that's 2.9 down from 4.9, so that's interesting. That's 2 megawatts. That is somewhat surprising, and I think it has to do with the fact that I messed up the setup around here. Right. There we go. And another one. Steel. Lots and lots of steel. 48 steel plates for a single one of these. Well, that's a number. That is quite a number. Right. While we're doing that, let's take a quick look at what we're missing for research. And the answer seems to be copper. Again. Well, still is probably the more correct word to use here. So that cupric mixture crushing thing. Styrotite, cruthonium and bobmonium gives cupric. And sorting cupric gives copper and tin. That feels like an insane amount of tin. What can we use this insane amount of tin for? Tin. Bronze. Well, but it needs more copper than tin, so that's not helpful. Solder. That's where it's useful, right? More bronze. That could use up nickel. That's also useful. Zinc. Tin and zinc for solder. Interesting. Even more solder recipes. Gunmetal. Titanium. Well, that's a very late game recipe. Right. Okay, so we basically just need to use up more tin, it seems. Rubite for lead, and we get nickel out of it. And the bobmonium gives us tin and silicon, which is actually not that great, because we are not using the silicon at all right now. So cupric crushing actually makes sense. Okay, let's do something fancy here. Is that power pole very necessary? It's not, that's great. Okay. So here's how this will work. Thank you. This will break a few things for now, but that's okay. And I need another crusher. Right. And enabled if we have, where is it? On the resources there. Crushed first mixture less than 20. Okay. And you are gonna make cupric mixture. Crushed cupric mixture less than 20. Right? Good. And now we have these filter inserters. One for ferrous, one for cupric, and where is the requesting? There it is. this is enabled if there's less than 100. This is enabled if there's less than 100 of that. And you are actually gonna be responsible for copper crushing now. Congratulations. Right. Good. That's good. I think. And then yeah. Small, tiny little bug. Oh, and there's also a bug here. Near side, please. Near side, please. Good. Good. Okay. Yeah, that's more than enough to satisfy the demand. At least for now, it is. Good. See, this should help with the copper. Hopefully. I think so. I'd be surprised if it didn't. And we can actually take a look and check how we can create molten copper. Yeah, okay, only with copper ingots. That's a bit annoying. Why isn't there a better copper recipe? Copper. Huh. Just get better ingot recipes. Sure. Okay, so for copper this direct setup works. Because copper is weird, apparently. Alas. Let's look at the production of copper. No, plate. Jeez. Yeah, that's a difference. That's quite a difference. So it seems that we actually use up... Okay. Yeah, I should have done that earlier. Well, you know what they say, hindsight is 20/20 and all that. Even though it's 2021. Ugh. Horrible, horrible jokes. Well, that's where we are at. So, gotta live with it. Ah, yes. Good. Exactly. Exactly. That's the way I wanted it. Good. Let me just check something real quick. Yeah, that works. Good. Great. I did leave enough space for some expansion. Not all of it, but some. Great. Thank you. Rail signals are finished. Now, where was I? Logistic train network. Research that. And then, do we have... No, we don't. But at least we have rail signals now. That's great. That's good. Those need circuits. Circuits. Yes. I remember that. Right. Let's try and do the signaling on that junction, actually. Because, as I mentioned when I originally set up that junction, this mess here, and I'm gonna need some more of this, actually, because I need a fully working junction. fully working 4x4 junction. This one also, no, here. Yes, that makes sense. And here, not enough rails. Yeah, I can fix that. Okay. So I want to find out how I need to signal that junction so it can actually work. Because if I can't put signals on the junction correctly, then the trains, well, the train system will be a lot slower than it could be. An alternative to that would be a different junction setup where part of the rails is spliced differently and we get a different, right, there we are. And we get a different overall setup for the rails. That is connected, good. Then I need, come on, this setup, and I need this setup, and this also needs to, oh, no, here. Oh boy, yeah, that's a mess. Hang on. Let's try that differently. Yeah, that is much more like it. Alright, and should be here. There we go. So this chaos, this incredible chaos, needs some signals. First signal we need is these two. That way we know where to go. Then we need a signal here, and then we need more signals. Let's try a chain signal. Does that work? Nope. Let's try this, and then still not working. Okay. So there's signals and chain signals, and what do I need for them right now? Iron. Iron's what I need. I'm not actually surprised in the slightest. Right. So signals work. I think I need to talk a bit more about how rails work. So rails work, the whole rail system in Factorio works based on the concept of blocks. Similar to the concept of rail signaling in real life, where you also have blocks. But in Factorio, it's a lot easier to work with these blocks. Don't ask me how I know. Right, so that actually worked. Okay, that's great. Now, one option, when you put a rail signal down, right, like here, then this rail signal divides the rail that it's on into two blocks. Into the block after it, into the block before it. And it's red if the block after it is occupied, right? And a chain signal will read the value of the next signal down the block. So it's only in one direction that the signal is valid, and it will read the value of the signal in that direction to help make traffic flow easier, right? So we can probably subdivide this even a bit further, and that is going this way. So now we have more blocks here, right? We have that pink block and that yellow block and that blue block here, and the blue input blocks basically, and this junction has a pink block and a yellow block. And with the current signaling, basically a train can turn to the right on this without blocking a train turning to the left here. And the better your signaling becomes, the more trains you can run simultaneously through this junction without breaking things. The problem with this now is that this is not the full junction. This is still not the full junction, because of course we need the same setup around here and around here, where all the lines go in all directions. Because I want to have stuff in all directions. Okay, so let's put down some more signals to show how things work. This is incoming, right? And this is outgoing. So we can copy this setup and rotate it. And do you see the problem? I see the problem. See, that rail signal is in the way. Now, this goes there. No, come on. This goes there. And we also do, we also do the turnaround here. And this goes there. This goes there. And we want, no, there. That setup. And this setup. And that setup. And this setup. And suddenly it's all a horrible tangled mess. I'm not surprised in the slightest. Right. This is gonna be horrible. Right, okay. That's that one. Wow. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Yeah, that we got. Oh dear Lord. Yeah, this is not signalable. But it should work, actually. Now. This is madness. This is literal madness. Okay. Now, as you can see, there's like no space whatsoever to put any signaling on this junction. And that means if two trains try to go through this junction without interfering with one another, they can't. They simply cannot. This is madness. Okay, okay, yeah. Let's just leave that there for a bit. Oh wow, why is that right? Oh, because see, I have the signals on the map, and the signals show me what state they're in, and these two signals, well, they have all of this whole mess here, including that station where the train is parked, where those signals are, so that whole block, this is a single block, this is the same block as this, is the same block as this, so any train in that block will make these signals go red, which is okay and all, but we're gonna need some more blocks if we want to have a useful rail system, that is. This is also not really something you want to manually build. And it's quite a while until we can have robots that build things for us. So I'm honestly wondering whether I can instead use a different design. I'll have to think about that a bit, because there's roughly two options. There is the option of having a roundabout, and there's the option of having a more spread out version of that same junction, probably without switching between the lanes. Oh, I could move the switching of lanes actually, now that I think of it. Let's see how we're... Yeah, we are picking up some tin that we apparently don't quite need. There was something about setting up... Yeah, I might automate yellow belts. That could be interesting. Probably some different way though. Oh no 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 no, oh no, oh no. That is not good. I'm glad I caught that. That could have been a disaster. It's just dumb luck that it wasn't, honestly. Right. Yeah, that's okay. Another 600 sulfur. Huzzah. Here, have all that sulfur. Oh, and that better electrolyzer. There you go. As you can see, we are now running out of the electrodes quicker. So I'm gonna yoink some from this line, because that line apparently doesn't use them, and drop them in here, in the hopes that it will improve our slack production. Yeah, by basically nothing. The problem is the electrodes then, because the washing, well, the raw amount of electrodes means that not all the washing plants are actually always working, which means that not all the electrolyzers are always working, which means that even better electrolyzers don't actually have that much of an impact here. Right. Where were we? I was thinking about switching around the switcheroo block. What's he talking about? Right. This thing. It makes things very complicated. Right. And that is the switcheroo. And I think I want the switcheroo at the output instead. So this is switcheroo and this is switcheroo. Oh, no, hang on. Here, thank you. And there should be one switcheroo left. Where is it? There isn't? That made no difference whatsoever. Oh no. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that is just straight up chaos. That's just straight up chaos. Oh no. Right, because there's a left turn and a right turn. And that's for every... Honestly, I'll just... No, that's the train stop. I need... Do I not have that? I don't seem to have that blueprint book I'm looking for. That's a bit not so great. Right. Sure. Thinking about that later. Oh boy. Good. Seems like we could add some more labs actually. And I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Because that way we improve our research speed. It's great. Research. Important. Important work. Okay. 1. Nope. 2. 3. This Ponzi scheme of research labs is useful because it allows you to just input into a single lab and get the benefits of lots of research out of that without having to set up something really complicated. It's useful for the early game. In the late game it's not that great anymore because you need you need to use modifiers on the labs and this and that and here and there, and the raw throughput that you need is just not something you can do with a single inserter. There are some mod packs out there, looking at you, Cristorio, where you can basically input a whole belt into a machine, but that's not a thing here. And since that's not a thing here, we need some other way to keep that lab filled. Oh boy. Right. My back is killing me today. But stretching helps a bit. That's also what you might have heard me do multiple times already. Ah, yes, solder. Now that's where the interesting part begins. Because we actually need solder and we don't have a setup for it yet. tin and lead. At least that's the useful recipe. Please drop to the right. Here, have a chest. Give me another inserter. And this is where the fun begins. An induction furnace. I should actually just start decoupling this. Ugh. But then I need to move the whole production here. Because it's just straight up not gonna work. None of this is gonna work. None of this is gonna keep working. Oh no. Okay, so here's the plan. Here's the plan. It's a simple and nice plan. We'll move all the ore to ingot stuffs down here. Into that nicely dedicated, beautiful area. Nice. Good. Well, could be better, but it's something. Okay, so we're gonna move all the ingot stuff down there to beside the crushing. Which is, well, not that great of an idea, but it's something, right? Let's try to make it somewhat nice looking. Oh no! Damn it! It looks horrible now. Right. And we can basically move this setup to down here. To have a similar silo here. Like right there. Well, not right there, but you get it. No. Okay, right. Like that. Now we can this. No. Here. Good. Here, you made that. And the fun thing is you actually did, so... Never tell a lie. Right. Ah, yes. The slag. I recall. Let me guess, I need nothing. Nice. Oh, I can place some labs. Nice. And now with the additional labs, we can see is that the green science machine is not able to keep up with the demand. So we're gonna do the following. Come on. Thank you. go. And assembling machine. Yeah, that needs electronic circuits, and I've blown all of those on signals. All right. I should have some solder sitting around, actually. There. Let's attach that. And change this. No, wait. Damn it. That should work though. Right. Now. Silo. Here. And then we get a free silo, which we're gonna use for ingots. Okay. Damn it. Still not enough. Well, either way. Either way. Yeah. Good. That's workable. At least much more workable than the alternative. Now. Charcoal. Oh yes. That mess. That whole mess. I remember that. Okay. Right. This will have a similar setup to down here, where you can basically request resources from the silo up here and get them delivered to you via chest. And then you return the resources up through here. So I need some chests and some stuffs and this and that. Yeah, it's the manganese. Okay, yeah. Okay. So, something like this. 1, 2. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. How much space is that? This much space. That's cool. Right. Now there is some additional processing step here for the iron. So the iron itself needs to move. And I get this. And then we should also note that there is a lack of charcoal. And we can't just use the charcoal. God damn it. Right. Okay. Stop. This is nonsense. These tin ingots, you made them. Why would you... Whatever. I don't need to understand that. Good. There, silent. What is the... We don't have any quests yet. That makes sense. Constant combinator. Interesting. Right. I had some solder sitting around somewhere. Here. There should be some solder in there. That's where I removed the... did I already pick that up? Apparently I did. Well, that's not good. Okay, sure. Sure. Oh god, and the oxygen for the lead. Oh no. Yeah, whatever, I just gotta suck it up. Just gotta suck it up. If we have chests here. It's gonna be one hell of a mess. Give me this. And then I need another constant combinator. Oh no. Right. Okay. Here, that's this setup. We need that. Huzzah for backwards compatibility. Oh, dear me. Right. So... This needs some charcoal. Here, have some charcoal. Do we generate access? We do. Not terribly much, but we do. It's actually uncomfortably close. Good. That's not really helpful, but something. Dear me, the frame drops. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Back to the beginning. I wanted... Oh no. Solder. Why can't I... Do I need to make these in a... In one of the... Hi. Ah, it's the basic electronic components that are the issue. Okay, yeah, now that's something I can understand. Carbon and tint copper wire. We have some tint copper wire, don't we? Yeah, we do. Okay. Just something to nick once in a while. Right. Now. What's missing now? Don't tell me I can't handcraft these. I can't handcraft these! That's the point, okay. Now I get it. Now I get it. Okay. No way of doing it differently then. You make this. Don't. I'm just cannibalizing parts of other productions. Right. Here, I have some carbon. And some tin copper wire. Because I don't care about the tin copper wire, I care about the electronic components. Right, okay. That's better. Well, that should mean that this is better. Great. Good. This is horrible, I feel dirty. Okay. Where was I? Interesting. How come? Ah, yes. The usual suspect. Right. Okay, let's do the following. Get a circuit magic. Hi. Read the belt contents. Hold. Actually, I don't care about that. Right. Enabled if there's zero cellulose fiber. And you want to input into this. Right. Okay. Let's... Ah. And now I understand why that's there. Right. Does that work? No. Okay, logistic train network. Next step, warehouses. I recall I mentioned something about why I wanted those. Should be quick. Fairly. Actually... Now this is where the fun begins. Enable if we have no alginic acid. Does that work? I don't think it does. This is reading And this is not reading. Right, this should work now, I think. I'm not 1000% certain, but it should work now. Good. Where were we? Oh, I don't have that. Right. There we were. And here. Filter inserter. And what I need is for there to be charcoal in there and to be right. And here it's set up with a decider combinator like this. I also need to make that, and for that I need more circuit parts. Getting sidetracked again. Oh, that's a lot. I should limit that. Like just for reasons. Right. What? What's missing now? I have all of that. Oh, it's solder, isn't it? No, it's not solder. Not yet. Not yet! Great! Not yet! Solder. God damn it. Oh, it's just iron. Just iron. Well, if that's it. That was easy to fix. Good. Decider combinator. That was the thing I needed. Right, and then I have this setup. And you are lead, tin, copper, iron, and manganese. Right? Lead, tin, copper, iron, and manganese. Then this is the things we have, and that's placed in a not so great spot actually. Let's put it over there. And it's set up like this. Thank you. Warehouse is finished. Good. Told you it would be quick. This is useful because we need it for the charcoal pellets. Those are a better fuel. Just gonna use that. Right. Now I need. This is where the fun begins. I need metallurgy smelting. I need copper, and lead and manganese and iron and tin, and that should be all of them, right? Lead, tin, copper, iron, manganese. Good. Now this one, lead. And tin. And copper. And iron. And manganese. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Nope. 4, 5. This works. And now the fun begins. We are adding this to our list. Turning this around. That's a lot of things that suddenly actually go there. And then we remove this and this. And we remove this just for now, and this, and that mess doesn't work, right? And now we move all the stuff over there. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna work. Good. Now that that's done, we need to think about the setup for the charcoal. Sure. Yeah, I figured. Good. That's that, and those two. Okay. Here you also have other ingots now. Congratulations. Here, have some charcoal. Four, 5. You made this. Somewhere else, but you made it. Put it there, and now the charcoal. Yeah, let's actually do that. So what I'm gonna do is the following. I'm gonna... Oh boy. Hi. Charcoal. Cool. Coal processing 2 is done. Let's see, what do we want next? No. No. That. Advanced steel smelting, actually. Because then we can... Well, you'll see them. Right. Here. And that's also where we control the output. And the output will work by going like here. Right there. Input. 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 And input. And the output will go into here. Because it can. Then output. 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 That's weird. And that's output. 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 Good. Constant combinator. And some red wire. And a warehouse, actually. While we're at that. Because this is where the fun begins. Another 2, honestly, because I need them for the stuff later. See, that's a warehouse. That's slightly bigger, just slightly. Good. So, this one. You get all the ingots, copper ingots. And iron ingots. And lead ingots. And manganese ingots. And tin ingots. Right. And I need more red wire. You are enabled if there's less than 0 lead ingots. Output to the near side, will you? You are enabled if there's less than 0 tin ingots. There you go. You are enabled if there's less than 0 copper ingots. And here's the fun part. You're enabled if there's less than 0 iron ingots. Where are they? There. And doesn't work. Whatever. Enable that. You're enabled if there's less than 0 manganese ingots. It's not a great setup, but it's a setup. The next thing is oxygen and sulfur dioxide. Ugh. Yeah, I knew this wasn't gonna be that much fun. But sure. All of this mess goes there. That's a number of things. Here and there. Yeah, that seems like that's all the things. Good. Now, the first thing we need I'm gonna drop the silicon ingots in there as well, just so they're all in the same place, right? This whole mess is finally shaping up. I'm gonna ignore the slag thing for now, for reasons. And I'm instead gonna focus on setting up these. Wow, that was a totally unimportant power pole. Jeez. There. Don't be like that. Good. And this is actually the crappy iron recipe. Good. And then there's later some space for stuff. Now, oxygen. God damn it. Alright. Come here, give me those. Good. Ah. Shh. No, wait. Farming too. Farming. 2. There. And then nitrogen and then farming 2. Good. Okay. This goes away. Okay. So this is gonna work in a somewhat weird way. Somewhat. And copper, iron, manganese, copper, lead, and tin. And then that's stupid. Right. There. This is pick up far, drop near, offset to the top. Pick up near, drop far, offset to the bottom. In theory, right. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next thing is high manganese. and iron. And then copper. And then tin. And then lead. This is not really a good setup, but it's gonna be a working setup that integrates with our existing technical debt. This got a lot more real than I wanted it to. Good! Right. Hi. Yes. Right, of course that doesn't work. No. Needs to be the other way around. This one needs to be the crappy recipe. Right. Read belt contents. Hold. If there's no manganese, then you're enabled. Also, you have power. You have the power. Good. Thank you for water treatment too. Now for nitrogen processing. Oh shit. I lost track of time. Like just a bit. But it's fine. It's totally fine. This is not gonna have any negative consequences whatsoever. No. Okay. There and there. And there. Good. Right. So, with all of this now finally in place, what we have here is a setup that will, when given sufficient time, oh yeah, right. Those are not enabled. Good. That will generate ingots for us and cache them in this warehouse and then use them up in these smelting areas. And we can change how the ingots are generated without too much of a hassle, in some sense. And we also have a way to adapt to shortages of material in some ways. So, huzzah! Right. And this needs to be iron ore now, actually. Because that's the actual limiting factor, whether we have enough iron ore. Right. Now, an obvious problem here is that these inserters don't handle the throughput of 2 inserters quickly enough. That's, well, to be expected. But that should fix itself with given enough time. We can also, interestingly, reprocess some of these ingots and feed them back into the system. That's going to be useful for steel later. And I want to finish setting up the goddamn oxygen. Hello. This is oxygen. Why? Why do you torture me so? Right, thank you. Good. Right, and Oh, can I? Nah. Let's not do it that way. That seems like a recipe for disaster. This seems more... right. More appropriate. There. Come on. Now I don't need to fix the lead at the start of the next episode. Instead I have to... okay. This is right. Fix me. Charcoal and slag runoff. And then, yeah. Lots of stuff. This is done actually. So, to do, charcoal by train. Good. For that, we're gonna need, yeah, okay. And this one, that's farming. Good. Okay, finally. Thank you very much for watching. I'm very sorry it's now, the episode is, yeah. Sorry. Like and subscribe or tell me how I could have optimized my setup here. I'm probably gonna... yeah, this is horrible. Thank you for watching. See you around.